Hello, one and all, and welcome back to another RWBY discussion. I am your only mate, and with me, as always, is...
Hey, bizarrely energetic Max, a few trades. How you doing today?
I am doing pretty damn good.
We're both kind of jazzed, all things considered, which is weird. You might notice that this episode might be coming out after the episode went public. Considerably so. In fact, we know it will because we're basically recording and releasing it the same day. Whoopsie doodle, holidays happened. It happens. Don't judge us.
Yeah, were we gonna record this during the holidays? Probably not. No.
Nah. This man had 4 RWBY shirts to open under the Christmas tree.
5.
5. He had 5 people. That's a lot of shirts.
Along with a Blake mug, Yang socks, and an Attack on Titan poster.
Well, there you go. See? This guy had a holly jolly holiday. Are you trying to tell me that I should have deprived him of that? You're monsters, each and every one of you. You're worse than the Grimm.
Meanwhile, you got a freaking sword. Again.
I got the Master Sword. Yeah, this is the second sword that I own, made out of legitimate metal, that I could use as an actual weapon. Yeah, I straight up actually got the Sword of Evil's Bane. No big. And I've also got Mirror Master.
Yeah, considering that you have both, I kind of want to now see Weiss pull the Master Sword out of the stone and dual wield them.
I refuse to believe that she wouldn't be able to.
That would just be freaking cool.
Yes, it would. Bias, yes, but I don't care. It's fun. We're here to talk about Volume 8, Episode 7, the last one before the, great RWBY drought of 2021 until eventually, we get the next one in February? Yeah. March?
Well, also consider that comes out before the new Death Battle season.
That's true. Okay, so it is February. And wait, hang on a second. If that's true, do you know, I heard something about... Do you know if it's early February? Did they give us a concrete date?
I think they did. I just can't remember off the top of my head.
Well, I hope it's February 2nd, or especially I hope it's February 9th, because that would be straight up my birthday. So we'll see.
That'd be awesome.
Yes. Yeah.
And then it's a Weiss heavy episode because
yes,
it's
because the universe owes me this. Anyway, we got the episode War, because war is declared.
I make that joke too often, I'm sorry.
It's okay, it's a very easy joke to make, and it's for good reason.
Yeah.
So, I guess we kind of already did the pre-ramble before the episode. I suppose we should actually talk about the episode now.
Yep, and we're starting off with farmland on Atlas.
Wheat! We're standing in wheat!
And you know what, this kind of throws one of my points about Ironwood's plan out of whack.
What's that?
Well, because the plan to launch Atlas high into the atmosphere, I was just thinking, okay, well, they're going to just run out of food or whatnot, aren't they? No, they got farmland, so that's a renewable source.
I mean, to be fair, you're not wrong for thinking it, but at the same time, I'm kind of confused as to how the climate of Atlas works, because why is the inside so snowy and the outside so autumn?
Atlas be
I get that. Maybe Atlas is just a much, much bigger landmass than I was giving it credit for, and that's very likely. I don't know, maybe it's an entire continent for all we know.
You know what, maybe it's like the wild area in Sword and Shield.
There you go.
You're in one place, it's snowing, and then you take a step and it's a sandstorm. Yeah,
that is definitely why. Yes, I agree. Anyway, a very large army of Grimm have decided to besiege the lands of Atlas, as we previously established in the previous one, as the whale continues to vomit profusely.
Which is mad gross.
It is mad gross, and it is spawning all kinds of nastiness. Oh, but don't worry, the Atlas military, with all of its mechs and stormtrooper dudes, are there to fight, and I mean, they're doing better than I thought they would, if I'm being honest.
And, man, I gotta say, I kind of feel for the animators, because how many models they had to put on screen doing stuff at once.
Yeah, that's not even counted. Yeah, all the soldiers and the mechs and the ships and all that good stuff. So, it really says a lot that despite the amount of soldiers they have and giant mechs, that they're still very clearly massively outnumbered.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they've also got, airships above them.
Yeah, also Ironwood is regretting many of his choices in life.
As he should.
As he should. He is a bad person. Or maybe he's not a bad person. No, he murdered someone. He murdered someone in cold blood. Never mind. He's
he murdered Councilman Chad. Never mind.
Yeah, fair. I was about to give him the benefit of the doubt. I was like, maybe he's a good person who's just making a lot of bad choices. But eventually, you need to kind of draw a line in the sand on morality, and eventually, there's just a place of no return. You know?
Yeah, I was about to say, like, you know what? He has good intentions. It's just his methods of going about things are whack. But then, he killed Councilman Chad. So.
Look, even if we weren't doing a bit about Councilman Chad, at the same time, like, he did just straight up murder a man for no reason.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah. So, Ironwood says, you got to evacuate the peoples. And then the guy on the other side's like, are you sure? All the peoples? And he said, all the people! And
specifically evacuate them into the subways.
Yes, and then a guy with a nifty hat.
Have sandwiches.
Yeah, they need sandwiches, people. Anyway, everyone runs in abject horror because that is, I don't know, I feel like there should be, like, you know how there are, like, safety drills in school?
Yeah.
To, like, plan for this sort of thing? Are you telling me that this place has never had those? Like, nobody is able to leave in an orderly manner to, maybe not trample people to death in the process of trying to escape?
Might be an idea, yeah.
Anyway, guy with fancy hat gets his hat knocked off, and now he's just a guy, and I don't care about him anymore.
Yeah. Also, his daughter's just, like, standing there pointing up when Lancers show up.
It's like, hey, the kids are like, hey, check it out. It's like, whoa, damn, death approaches. And then we cut to the ship where, lo and behold, they really did arrest Yang, Zhan, and Ren. Good lord, these people.
Damn it, 8-ups.
I remember when you sent me the preview image for the next episode, and it's just them clearly in custody and Winter staring at the camera, and it's like, God damn it, Winter. We all know you're better than this.
Yeah. And you, Marrow.
I feel like we've seen more scenes of Marrow being sad than anything else.
Yeah, he's a sad dog.
He is the saddest of dogs.
Remember last volume when his tail wagged?
I do. I like Winter's new hairstyle.
Yeah, it's nice.
I just like ponytails. Is that a crime?
Nah, ponytails are cool.
Also,
plus, I had a feeling you'd like Winter with a ponytail, considering like you loved Yang in one.
I did. Also, anybody else with a prolific ponytail that comes to mind?
Yes.
Okay. I was just wondering if that somehow escaped you somehow.
Oh, hell no.
Okay.
I was really tempted just to go, wait, you mean like Blake in that manga anthology?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, here's the thing, man. It's gross. Anyway.
How dare you?
Oh, wait, no. I mean, sorry. I was thinking about coffee. That's what I meant. Blake, I'm sure Blake looked good. I never saw it. You'll have to send me a picture at some point. Anyway, we kind of have more important things to talk about. Ironwood is basically saying, hey, you know what you should do? Blow the ever-loving hell up out of that whale.
Yeah, which the others aren't too happy about because, lo and behold, Oscar is still in there.
Yeah, although I gotta say, man, they're really going business as usual, despite seeing that ungodly hell portal of Grimm and monsters spewing up everywhere. It's like, no, we're still arresting you. And then they're like, Yang is all like, hey, look out the freaking window. And then they see the giant whale and they're like, oh my god. Like, yeah, it's kind of a bad situation. But, yeah.
Oh, by the way,
Oscar is in there. Oh, but the Grimm don't take hostages. Yeah, well, shut up. You're the weirdest looking dude of the team. No one listens to you, Vine.
Damn.
Who names their kid Vine? Who names their kid Vine? Oh boy, we have a baby. What do we name him? I want to name him Shrub.
I mean, I could have that question for various parents in RWBY.
I'm not gonna say that's not true. I don't know. I can take Elm. I'll take Elm. That's fine. A Pokemon professor preconditioned me to be able to accept that. But freaking Vine. Come on now.
Or Marrow.
That is weird, but I still feel like it's less weird than Vine.
Also,
anyway,
it admittedly sounds like kind of a cool name.
Yeah, kinda. Anyway, so they all obviously would very much rather not let Oscar die horribly, and Winter is having herself a bit of a moral dilemma, while Salem is apparently reenacting The Sorcerer's Apprentice.
Before we get to Salem, can I just say, I had this hilarious idea for the science team developing the bomb.
Mm-hmm.
Purely as like a little cameo, can one of the scientists have a robot arm and be voiced by Ben Singer?
That would be pretty great. Look, I'm just saying, there was a Councilman Chad. It's only fair.
Also, just have Wiz, not Boomstick.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah.
Because Boomstick has appeared in Red vs. Blue.
Yeah, so it all works. So, anyway, like I said, I mean, I assume you've seen The Sorcerer's Apprentice, or at least it referenced at some point in your life.
I don't think I have, no.
Mickey Mouse with the hat and the brooms?
No. I didn't watch a whole lot of classic Disney stuff. I was a Looney Tunes person growing up.
How have you lived on this earth for, 25 years now?
Yeah.
And you've never even seen a reference to Fantasia?
I think I saw the poster of it in a review of Stuart Little 2.
You are ridiculously lucky that you're one of my closest friends, or I would be appalled right now. Okay, well...
Do you expect any less from me, though?
To literally every other human on the face of the Earth, you got that reference, right?
Comment below if you got the reference.
My eyes aren't twitching. Anyway, Emerald's doing her sneaky thing. And
by the way, when Salem's doing this, like, little dance while, spewing out more Grimm and the piano is playing. Mm-hmm. Is it weird of me that my first thought was like, could you imagine if it just shows Tyrion on a piano?
That would be kind of hilarious.
And he's even using the scorpion tail to hit other keys.
Well, that would be amazing. And today we learned that apparently Emerald's semblance illusions can be cast on the Grimm. I mean, specifically the RWBY thing that monitors everything everywhere, but, I don't know why I didn't think it would. I don't know. I thought maybe you'd have to have some measurement of intelligence to be duped by that stuff. And maybe like the primal animalisticness of the Grimm would just, see through that.
Also, man, Emerald, it's lucky that Grimm doesn't have eyes in the back of its head.
Or even though it really probably should. It doesn't have any eyes, but I felt like it's like the all-seeing orb that monitors things. So you'd think it would have, 360-degree vision. Anyway, here's an interesting thing. Why do you think that Emerald decided to go to the Oscar pin punching bag room? Why is she spying there? Why is she doing that?
I want to say because she's feeling conflicted about everything and just thought, I don't know, maybe something's going on here. Wait.
I suppose. Anyway, we cut to said punching room, where punching is still happening.
And Oscar's literally hung up like a punching bag.
Yeah, it's really messed up.
It really is.
I do not care for it, but Oscar and Ozpin are still doing their tag team attempt at, getting Hazel to understand things, or at the very least relay more information so they can get a better understanding of everything. Ozpin, sorry, it's really, why do they have to have the same name generally? He basically recounts how Salem really works, and basically how, more punchies, oh god. And how really...
Oscar's not had a good time this volume.
Yeah, but basically, he's calling out Hazel. It's like, why are you being all like this? Come on now. And we actually learned some things. Apparently, Hazel initially did not want to do this, and apparently killed Salem several times.
Yeah.
And he only ended up losing the fight with Salem because she kept coming back to life.
Honestly, I want to say she just basically sat back and let him do it and just kept coming back like, try and kill me. Bet you can't.
That sounds like the right amount of trollishness for her. That probably works.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I don't think Hazel's as powerful as like Salem, Ozma, or even the Maidens.
No, I don't think so. I do believe he is a very strong man.
Oh yeah, he's jacked as hell.
True. Do you think one of those scars is from the lancer that Weiss impaled him with?
Well, we don't get...
I mean, it would be under his shirt, but do you think there is one?
I would hope so.
Thank you. It's something. Anyway, so, Ozpin is still doing this thing about how basically he actually, like, it's hard to explain. He's trying to really explain exactly what it is Salem is doing and how ultimately everything that Hazel is doing by virtue of this is basically a combination of fear and manipulation, and how he really shouldn't be involved in any of this. And man, I managed to pause at the perfect moment to actually see spit fly out of Hazel's mouth as he screams.
Oh, damn.
That is attention to detail I was not prepared for.
Damn, good on you, Ruby. Like, so far this volume, we've caught so many great attention to details.
Just by randomly pausing in the middle of the episode.
Yeah.
Try it sometime.
My favorite being that dude from Cinder's flashback.
I know. Anyway, just...
AKA Connie from Attack on Titan.
Yeah. But yeah, so, I mean, all things considered, Ozpin's his laydown of information is actually pretty good. And he just kind of flat out asks him. So... Oh, yeah, right. He basically says that, you know, it's everything that he's doing, but Hazel's really confident that, you know, Ozpin deserves what's going through with him. And he agrees with that. Maybe just to get him to stop talking for a second, but the fact is he still said that he did.
I feel like he does, considering, like, how long he's been around and how many people have had to die for, like, his cause to try and get humanity like on the right path.
I could believe it's a trick. Yeah, I could believe it's a trick on his end, but I could also believe that he legitimately thinks that he does deserve this. But he retorts, "But Oscar, literally every other person on the planet, do they deserve this?"
No,
I mean, honestly, I was just waiting for him to pull out the seriously. Would your sister want this?
Ooh, I think that would have just...
I feel like that probably wouldn't have helped.
No, I would have just had Hazel go, okay, screw you, I'm just going to pound your face in.
Yeah, so probably that's why he didn't. But it felt like that was the direction we were going.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And then he has a little story for Hazel, which we'll have to get back to, because we've heard this story, we don't need to repeat.
Yeah, he basically gives the whole lowdown on Salem, you know, the stuff we saw flashbacks of. We cut to Weiss. Praise be to her.
As she replaces Nora's bandages.
Indeed. The implications of which we shall not speak of.
No, we don't need to go into that.
Yeah.
Well, I guess Nora's having like a fever dream as she says, "What am I good for anymore?"
Yeah, I don't know if it's a fever dream or if it's just a dream she's having in general. Either way, it's depressing as hell.
Yeah, it reminds me of when Crow was poisoned, and he was just saying to himself, "Ty, she's not coming back."
Yeah, it's definitely something like that. And Weiss is so nice. She's like, oh no, she's not feeling good. I want to help, but I don't know how. And
is it weird that I now want to see Weiss wearing a nurse hat?
Ignoring the mental image you just gave me, let's continue on.
No, same outfit, just the hat.
I'm aware of what you said, and I'm aware of what my mind just thought of. We're moving on.
Okay, because Ruby and Blake show up with coffee and maybe tea.
Maybe tea.
Because that's what Blake drinks.
Yes. And they basically discuss the goings-ons, basically of how the apocalypse seems to be going down, like straight up. Like Blake walks over to the window and red lightning is flashing down. That's generally the sign of the end times.
Yeah, while she's worried about the others.
Yes, because even all of the characters have become so empathetic towards other people. Like, I mean, you know, Ruby always was, but still, I don't know. I just really appreciate just how much all of the girls really care about people now.
Yeah.
Not to say they never did, but you know what I mean. It's more of an outwardly display. But Weiss is basically... Yes?
So far this volume, Blake's gone from making jokes to now just being worried.
Well, I mean, character development. She's been through a lot of it.
Yeah.
And speaking of people going through a lot of character development, Weiss says, so, hey, what are we even really going to be doing here? Nora's incredibly injured. She needs a doctor. We don't have anything like that. And, we sent our message out. So what? Are we just sitting around hoping someone shows up to save us? Is that even a practical thing to think might happen?
I don't think anyone's going to show up. I think their best bet is just evacuate the people and head to Vacuo.
I feel like somebody might make the attempt, but it's definitely not something that they should be counting on.
I had this thought, because when Ilya heard the message and she got a call from Gira, what if Gira's new faction show up, not to fight, but with just a bunch of airships?
To at least evacuate? I'd be down for that.
It'd be like Age of Ultron.
But as a tactical retreat.
Yeah, pretty much.
So slightly less triumphant, but
also if Penny is hacked and going red. Wink, wink.
Why would you go there?
I'm just saying there's another connection to the Age of Ultron movie.
Why are you this way?
Why must you be Rooster Teeth?
Why must you be so British?
I'm on to you.
How dare you?
Anyway, May walks in.
Go stand in a quay or something. Or a queue. Sorry, I forget how it's actually pronounced. Screwed up my joke. Yeah, anyway, you said her name was May?
Yeah.
I kept forgetting her name. She shows up and is all like, hey, we should get the hell out of here. And everyone's all like, but the people. And May is all like, F word the people. And everyone's all like,
she's also like, yeah, but the people of Mantle have no one. Which is true.
It is true, but at the same time, I don't know. A flagrant disregard for life in general on any side seems unnecessary when you get right down to it. Well, yeah, we have seen some people on this side of the Atlas being really scummy people. Are you gonna try and tell me that literally all of them are?
Well, we know Weiss isn't a scummy person.
Exactly.
So there you go. There's hope for Atlas people.
Well, yeah, obviously. Plus, did you see how many children there were up here?
Yeah.
Come on. I get where she's coming from. I legitimately do. But, obviously, the other members of Team RWBY are like, but we kind of want to save everybody. And May's all like, that's not practical. And then
Weiss is all like, Nora alone.
Exactly. And then Weiss is all like, hey, yo, don't you got any dang family around here that you want to protect? And she's all like, no.
Yeah.
And
she's also saying, oh yeah, because I wanted to help Mantle, the Marigolds didn't view me as their son anymore. So I was all, screw them, I'm gonna make sure everyone knows I'm not their daughter.
So there you go. My microphone fell over.
Yeah.
Because it was blown away by that drama.
Yeah, so... Hey, totally 100% canon. May, trans.
Good for her.
Yeah. As is her voice actor, Caden.
Oh, yeah, which I feel probably played a role in that fact.
Yeah, so that's cool.
I don't know if the character would have ended up being that if the voice actress, sorry. I usually just say voice actor for anything, but I felt like I needed to be very specific there.
Yeah. Well, let's just say VA.
Yes, the VA. Regardless, this is really cool. I'm glad they did it.
Yeah.
Awesome. And also points to literally the... obviously, because I don't know, maybe partly due to the fact that there's more going on in the room at the time. I feel it's also really cool that literally nobody even raises an eyebrow to that statement. They're just like, okay, well, I get that, but at the same time, we really should be saving everybody we can. So, it's weird how simultaneously open and accepting people are in Remnant while at the same time not. Then again, maybe it's just a sign of how incredibly nice and good-natured our main cast are. I think that's actually where we're going with that.
Yeah, like they just hear,
that makes way more sense.
That's cool.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, like in Volume 6 when we met John's sister and her wife, they were just like, oh, hey, what's up?
And everyone's just like, hey, how's it going? What's crack-a-lackin'? And they did some finger guns. They probably didn't. I'm misremembering that. But it would have been cool.
Yeah, so Team
anyway,
RWBY, very progressive.
They are. They kind of have to be.
I mean, especially with two people in particular, maybe. But we'll get to that.
That was literally what I was alluding to.
Oh, okay.
You cadunkus. My goodness. Anyway.
Also, shout out to May for name-dropping Henry, the dude who hit on Weiss in Volume 4 of the party.
Really?
Yeah, they're cousins.
That's just random. Okay.
No, I think Caden confirmed that when we were going through Volume 7.
Okay. I mean...
also, their surname is the same.
I didn't know that random guy even had a name. I don't remember it. He was just random jackass at the party.
You know what? Fair enough.
That's why I'm confused. That's why I didn't... Yeah, if I had memorized the name of literally every one-time character that showed up in an episode, then I would have been all like, oh, wait a second. This random character and this new character have the same last name. I'm not going to remember that guy. I barely remember the names of the Aesops.
Hence the nicknames.
Exactly. I tend to have a hard time remembering characters that are definitely not going to be around forever.
You know what, I'm the same. Hell, I still remember it took me a while to get used to Team RWBY back in Volume 1.
Okay, well then there you go. Nobody has any place for complaints. As far as we know, maybe we'll never see any of the Happy Huntresses or the Aesops ever again after this volume. We don't know.
Yeah, like, who knows?
Anyway, we've dwelled on a lot of nonsense long enough.
Yeah.
RWBY, she gives one of her trademark, optimistic speeches, and at the very least, calms down a very upset May.
Yeah.
While somebody is sneakily sneaking a sneaky ear into the conversation. Don't you giggle at me.
I thought you had a great chance to throw in the sneaking thing.
God damn it, you're right. I'm bad at this. Anyway, cutting back...
You got me to throw it out there, so that way it at least gets mentioned.
Thank you. Anyway, Ozpin finishes his story, and Hayes... I remember, as I was hearing that, and we heard Ozpin finish the story, and is like, this is the curse that Salem has, and basically, if she can disrupt everything and convince the gods that everyone sucks, that maybe her curse will be lifted and everyone can just die. As he was saying that, I was like, well, it's really cool that you're telling him that. Why on earth would he ever believe you, though?
Also, here's one of my thoughts about Salem's plan. What if the gods just don't lift her immortality? Like, the world would be wiped out and she'd just be floating in space. Like, for eternity.
Maybe not even that. Maybe they'd end the entire universe. We don't know how powerful these gods are or how far their domain stretches.
Who knows?
So maybe she wouldn't even be in space. Maybe she'd just be through the void.
Yeah, just going insane with sheer nothingness.
Yeah. I mean, it's not impossible.
I consider that a fate worse than death, honestly.
Indeed. But also, kind of don't want that, because that would mean everybody we know and care about would be dead. So, yeah. And not even dead, unmade. So...
That's even worse.
Indeed. So anyway, as I was thinking, there's no way in hell Hazel is going to believe that, Hazel says, there's no way in hell I'm going to believe that, and readies another punch. But then...
Oscar's all, hey, I got 1,000 IQ play.
It's true.
Hey, Hazel, say gin. That's the password.
Yeah, there you go. It's like, yeah, she still has one more question she could answer. And then Hazel's all like, this just makes me angrier. Why would you say it now randomly? Would you just give it away to Salem? And he's all like, I ain't giving it to Salem.
I'm giving
eyebrow
it
wiggle.
to you.
Another eyebrow wiggle. It's like, maybe you'll use that information. Yeah, you could give it to Salem. I'm really banking on the idea that you don't.
Well, here's the thing, though. Hazel ain't the only person who found out.
This is true.
Because,
it was also...
much like a sneaky schnee, Emerald was also listening in.
Yeah, but she has to cheat to sneak. So it's not even real sneaking.
Good point. It's not authentic.
Exactly. It's one thing to be sneaky. It's another thing to be able to cast illusions so that literally nobody can see you. Anyway, credit where credit is due. Emerald did sneak about, and she did learn the thing. And she goes to the one person she can trust more than anybody else, Mercury, who does not give a crap about anything she has to say.
As he is packing, and we learn that he's off to Vacuo.
Yeah, so obviously that's somewhere we were always going to end up eventually.
Yeah.
But I realize that her options are insanely limited, but it's just hilarious that, who should I go to with this information? Yeah, Mercury.
I mean, of all her choices, like, that makes sense.
I know of all her choices. I know, but still. He's like more so than just about anybody. Mercury is like the most dismissive. He just like does not care.
Nah,
and he just says, he's a prisoner. He's just gonna say whatever the hell he wants in order to stop getting beat up. And he's all like, you're just gonna say that. And Mercury's like, come on, Salem's not gonna kill everybody. That's stupid. And then Tyrion, please take it from here.
Yeah, Tyrion. So, you poor summer child. Salem is destruction incarnate.
Yeah,
and it will be beautiful.
It's like, it basically amounted to, Salem is going to kill literally everybody, including us. Did you not read the memo?
Yeah, and it seems honestly kind of right that of everyone, Tyrion was the one who knew about everything and was totally cool with it.
Well, yeah, because he's totally down for everyone everywhere dying.
Yeah, he just wants to watch the world burn.
Yeah, that's his entire thing. So, although, for what tiny modicum of credit that is gained from this, Mercury seems unsettled by this revelation.
Yeah, and I kind of feel bad for him because of what's about to go down.
Yeah, he's going to be trapped in a plane with Tyrion for a while.
Yeah.
I mean, he kind of deserves it because he's done a lot of crap, but, still. Sympathy where sympathy is due.
God, with how long that trip is going to be, I feel bad for this guy.
Yeah. So, I mean, the last thing we see of Mercury before whenever we end up seeing him again, I assume probably during the volume where we end up in Vacuo. I feel like it's going to be a while before we see him again until then.
Yeah.
He does look at Emerald and gives her a nod. So, I don't know. I quite personally don't know how I would feel about a potential Mercury face turn. I mean, I'm guessing it was never impossible.
Well, here's how I would see it going down. Like, okay, because we got Emerald like on the verge of turning.
Yeah, so, she's closer now than ever before.
Yeah, so if she turns, joins up with Team RWBY and everybody, she could tell them that Mercury and Tyrion are on their way to Vacuo, so it'll be like, okay, that's where we gotta go next. Thank you, Emerald.
Why would they trust her? Well, why would they trust her? That's an entirely different problem.
You know what? Maybe, I'm jumping ahead here.
Go ahead.
Maybe she helps them free Oscar.
I wave my finger at you knowingly, as that sounds like something that could happen. We'll get to that in a little bit.
Yeah, we can get to speculation stuff, but I just want to say, like, with Mercury and Vacuo, a lot of people from the Fall of Beacon are there now.
That's true. A good chunk of them, actually.
So, if they spot Mercury, then that ain't gonna go well.
As good as Mercury is, I feel as if almost the entirety of Team Sun and Coffee going after him would probably give him at least a little trouble, you know?
Yeah. I mean, credit where credit is due. He did beat Yatsuhashi.
He did.
And have you seen that guy?
Yeah, no, absolutely. That is absolutely true. But again, that was also, technically that also involved Emerald's illusions helping him, but he did beat him. I'm not taking that
Actually,
away.
no, it didn't. Emerald was fighting Coco in the forest.
Oh, yeah, you're right. She made him think, you're right. No, he just straight up beat him. You're right.
Although Yatsu does have a semblance that he doesn't really like to use on people.
Oh yeah, did you... crap. You definitely told me. Is it some kind of memory wiping?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he used it and he ended up really regretting it. Not really relevant to anything, but I'm glad I remembered.
Yeah, so he doesn't like using it on other people, but, I mean, with the knowledge that Mercury is evil, he could totally just make him forget all of his martial arts training, and then he'd be screwed.
Yeah. Man, that is a powerful semblance.
Yeah.
But, anyway, we're moving on to the next scene where Winter is obviously having a bit of conflicted feelings about the whole thing because, you know, she wants to follow her orders, but at the same time, wow, this is messed up. And then Jean says he has a solution.
Yeah, like, Jean, like, becoming the brains of the group more and more.
Well, I mean, he was always kind of the strategist, so I'm glad that he's able to think of these things on his feet real quickly. That's important.
Yeah.
I just straight up like Jean. He's a good guy.
Yeah, he is.
He proposes.
Come a long way from being Vomit Boy.
Indeed. Anyway, he comes up with the plan. Why don't you let me, Yang, and Ren into the giant whale, and we'll relay any information about the inside of it to you while we look for Oscar. I mean, what have you got to lose from that situation? It's a tactily good idea. Because I mean, otherwise, I mean, what? We're just prisoners. So what have you got to lose?
That is a really clever play.
I honestly do, and Winter considers it. But then everyone else is all, then Marrow's all like, man, that sounds like an incredibly stupid plan. And Yang's all like, are you saying you wouldn't try to do this for literally any one of your team members?
And Elm's all, no, we're not friends.
And then Ren is decided he's gonna start buckling down on his character development because he doesn't think anybody is expendable.
Yeah.
And by the way, they care about Oscar and they want to help him.
By the way, when Ren speaks up and says he's our friend, we're gonna get him out, like, look at Yang and Jean's faces, and then they look at each other. They're just like, did Ren just say that?
Oh, well, goddamn. But then Hip Lady decides, and I actually remember her name this time. I just deliberately chose to not say it.
Fair enough.
It's like, hey, yeah, it's Harriet, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. But anyway, Hip Lady is all like, hey, though, I thought you were supposed to be the level-headed person. Guess you're completely a pile of stupid. And Ren's all like, nah, it is you who is the pile of the dumb.
Actually, I want to talk about a little something.
Yes?
So, Harriet mentions when you lose someone on your team, you replace them.
Oof.
I'm just going to throw this out at Harriet. People aren't replaceable. I agree with Ren here. But
yes.
She mentioned, like, Mara replaced Tortuga.
Yeah.
And I found this out. Apparently, Tortuga was a turtle faunus that was a part of the Aesop's, but he was killed by Tyrion. Or she, I don't know.
Yeah, the name sounds masculine, but it could be either.
Yeah, and I think Clover somewhat referenced that in the fight, saying you're not the only one with a grudge.
Right.
What was that?
Oh yeah. That is a bit it's a bit subtle, but that is a reference. That would make sense.
Yeah.
And also, on top of everything else, sorry, go ahead.
Also, with Tortuga being a translation for turtle.
Yeah.
Harriet.
Turtle in the hair.
Yep. I wonder if there was a connection there.
I mean, it's possible. She did choose to bring them up. And considering, revelations that we're about to get, but my brain, I had a thought in my brain, and it was a good one. Gotcha. Boom. This puts more context into things. The Aesops choose not to be friends because they know that at any given moment, any of them could just straight up die and be replaced, so why form attachments? That is depressing.
Yeah.
But, so apparently, this is also where we learned that I thought Winter was basically just a sort of stand-in for Clover, but apparently she's just straight up his replacement. And I briefly brought this up before we were even recording. It was like, why was she not a member to begin with?
I don't know, because the Aesop's need to be a separate thing for a little bit.
I guess.
Maybe, I don't know.
It's just, well, then why? I guess maybe because there was literally no but other options at the time. I don't know, maybe it's a temporary arrangement. I don't know. Doesn't really matter. Anyway, as Harriet's talking about how often people get replaced, Ren goes absolutely bananas on her, which is always fun. But then some crazy nonsense goes down, and I freaking love this.
We should mention it totally makes sense for Ren to be all people aren't replaceable because of what happened.
Well, yeah, obviously. And I know I've been talking a lot, so I'll try to make this quick, but it's something that I'm really, really super happy and excited about, and I haven't seen a lot of people talk about it, so I wanted to very briefly bring this up.
Oh, hell yeah, go for it.
Thank you. All right, so I'll try to be quick. But basically what happens is this outburst from Ren apparently triggers something within him, and to put it bluntly, his semblance has evolved. This is something we learned about Yes, thank you very much. Like a Pokemon. But this is something we learned about back when, RWBY was Team RWBY, everyone was training with Oscar, and they talked about it. And this was before even John had gotten his semblance and the like. And they learned about how basically, semblances basically follow the personalities and evolutions of the people that have them, and they can change over time and get stronger and better and do better and cooler things, basically. But we had never seen an actual example of this
until now.
So here's the thing, and I don't know, it's obviously pretty blatantly obvious, but I still think it's really cool, because Ren spent the entirety of his life feeling like he had to be super stoic and reserved and bottle up all of his emotions and keep that all, kept away from everything because it was going to be a problem. So his semblance naturally ended up becoming the ability to mask all emotions about, just about anybody around him. So there you go. But as of recently, dude's been getting in touch with more of these emotions and is at least making the attempt to get better at understanding and conveying them. And this flat out, outburst, this final one at Harriet triggers this. And basically what this becomes is he now has the ability to, he's basically become an empath.
I was about to make that joke.
It was not really a joke so much as it's a statement.
No, I was just gonna say it like, if you said he can see emotions, I was just gonna randomly go, he is an empath.
Exactly. Gotcha. So he can see and perfectly understand what people are feeling. Like, he looks at Harriet and he's all like, yo, hang on a second. I hear what you're saying, but I see your soul. It's bright red, by the way. That's fitting. And apparently you are absolutely furious that Clover is dead and you missed the hell out of him. And Harriet obviously gets really mad about that. And then he looks over at Marrow, who's freakishly depressed.
By the way, this is a shot that's kind of got me thinking. Like, when Harriet says, you don't know anything about me, and the way she stares at the camera, is it just me, or does that kind of remind you of Akane's sprite from Danganronpa 2?
Well, it does now. I don't know if anybody watching this is going to get that, but thank you. It's good for me. Thank you very much. But yeah, then Ren looks around. Marrow's depressed, and he sees everybody's souls. And he's like, whoa, hang on a second. This is why you lost to RWBY. It's because you guys just refuse to make connections because, cowards and whatnot. And that really pisses off, what's-your-face, Elm.
By the way, Ren looks at himself and sees pink petals.
Well, yeah, makes sense. He's a very pink... He's got pink powers. It makes sense. And, can we just talk about the fact that Harriet, known hair trigger temper, and yes, that pun was deliberate, did not take a swing at Ren after saying all this stuff, but then Ren just kind of vaguely insinuated something in general about the Aesops and Elm was just about ready to deck him for it. Also, I just got as Winter steps between them to stop that, I pause and I notice Jean's face of complete horror. Anyway,
God,
Winter ultimately said, it is fantastic and I love it, and I want to see how other character semblances evolve and change. I really want to see that. I feel like we've sort of got like the rumblings for Yang, because she's trying to focus less on her anger and stuff and channeling it better, So I feel like she might be on the verge of maybe getting some kind of change to that. I can't say for certain. That's just a guess.
What if different emotions trigger different things?
And make her hair a different type of glowy.
Ooh.
That would give her the same powers as Princess Peach in that DS game.
Oh, yeah. my first thought was Mob from Mob Psycho.
That makes more sense, but I like the way my brain went with it. I think it's because they both have the long blonde hair and stuff. But
man, Yang would just nail a Peach cosplay.
Oh, she absolutely would. I don't know if she'd ever wear a dress, though. Well, she did that one time, but Peach's dress is a lot more frilly, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, Winter says that, yeah, okay, sure. You know what? I'm going to let you all go in there, and we're going to hope for the best. And Harriet's all like, say, what?
Oh, then we get my favorite Winter line.
Then go ahead and say it.
Yeah, so Harriet brings up a big old stink about them being, they're criminals, like, we have to detain them. She just stares Harriet down and is like, I outrank you.
And then she can't say anything else.
Damn! Like, outplayed Harriet.
I mean, it's also just nice to see Harriet get knocked down a peg because, man, has it been getting old.
Yeah, with how she's been recently, I agree with that.
So, also, Winter basically gives the ultimatum. Okay, so, we're going to drop you as close as possible. You're allowed to go in there, do what you can. But, I mean, if you take too long, we're going to bomb that whale. Jean is understanding, and he accepts these terms because, damn it, they want to save Oscar. And just before they all leave for this mission, Ren decides to give one final quick therapy session to a couple of the Aesops, basically just saying, yo, Marrow, I'm aware of the fact that you very clearly don't want to be involved in this at all anymore.
And he doesn't deny it.
He does not deny. He's just like, I got a job to do. Like, this is the very sir, this is a Wendy's. Like, what? I'm not paid to think these things.
Oh, God.
That poor Marrow. But, he doesn't deny it. So, yeah, he does not want to be involved in literally any of this. And as he gets his weapons tossed to him, and before he jumps out the door, he looks at Winter and says, yeah, I know you don't want to be a part of this either, too.
And she's got all the pestles around her.
Which I can only assume is, I don't know, like a signifier of, like, I think the colors signify a particular emotion, so I feel like the implication is, like, she's wrestling, like, about 1,000 different feelings.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But, I mean, she registers this and is like, damn, he right. That sucks. And, then we make one last cut. And back to Schnee Manor, where May is still very cranky.
I mean, I can't blame her, because
no, I can't either,
only people fighting for the people of Mantle are Fiona and Joanna.
I know, but seriously, stop yelling at our girls. They're doing their best. They just want to help.
Yeah. And man, like, when May says this isn't a situation where everyone wins, like, Blake's is locked down. And I'm just like,
oh.
Why are you going to make my girl sad, May?
Exactly. And, she yelled at Weiss earlier, and that made me cry. I'm just saying, May, I understand you. I appreciate you. I get what you're trying to do. I understand. Oh, I can't say it. I understand everything that you're going through, but don't yell at our girls. That's not very nice.
Also, this is just going back to my point of how I love how expressive Blake's ears are.
Yeah, they've really helped add to her emotive abilities. Considering her face was always kind of on the stoic side, the ears help give everything away a lot better. And then there was a knock at the door, and everybody, well, Weiss doesn't, but Ruby and Blake is like, battle ready.
Like, immediately.
And Weiss very slowly decides to inchworm her way on over to the door.
Well,
she's got
a hand on Merton Astor, just in case.
Yes, obviously. And she inquisitively looks through the door, and happy times! And it's the first of many... the first of many cute faces. It's Klein!
Yay! AKA Weiss's real dad.
He really is. But
that's also my headcanon. Him and... You know what? I won't go into that on camera, but...
Well, it's barely headcanon. It feels pretty damn canon to me. But any dang dong way, Weiss tries to apologize for the fact that he got fired, and he's all like, yeah, no, hang on, man. I mean, that. It's like, Klein ain't ever gonna blame Weiss for none of this. It's like, nah, man, it was your dad. Your dad sucks. And she doesn't say anything, but yeah, she agrees.
Also, like, when they walk past the other girls, RWBY keeps switching back between smiling and, like, confused.
Well, yeah, because I don't think Weiss has ever talked about Klein ever.
Yeah, so...
I don't think she ever had a reason to.
She's like, who the hell is this? Oh, but Weiss seems happy. That's nice.
I'm like, well, Weiss is happy, so this is a good thing. But also, wow, she's really happy to see him. Who is this? She doesn't look like a family member. I'm very confused. But as it turns out, man, it was actually Whitley what done called him.
Yeah, which I was really happy about.
As am I. Like I said before, well, first of all, he tries to point Klein in the right direction. He's like, oh, Weiss's room. It is over there. It's like, I've been there. I know where it is. And I really like that line.
I raised all three of you. Don't give me directions to this house.
Don't give me this sass. And then Weiss is all like, yo, Whitley, you did the thing? And then Whitley's all like, yeah, well, girl needed a doctor. I didn't do it for you. And then we get like 50 different cute Weiss faces as she's like, I know. That's why it means so much. And she gives a hug, and I'm not jealous at all.
Also in the background, RWBY and Blake are smiling.
Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure that... I guess I was so focused on Weiss at the time. I didn't realize that Whitley actually returned the hug, which is nice.
Yeah.
Which means there's hope for Whitley as a person, and I'm completely on board with that.
Yeah. Also, great for Weiss and Whitley's sibling relationship.
Yes, absolutely.
It's starting to get on the mend.
Yeah, it's not all the way there, but it's something. It's actually something, and I'm happy about that. The more support in Weiss's life she has, the better in my eyes. But then there's a huge crash, and Weiss is all like, did you call anyone else?
Yeah. Also, when you hear the explosion, she actually pulls Whitley in closer.
She does!
It's like, no, I'm gonna protect my little bro.
Oh, I made my involuntary squee noise. I don't do that often. God damn it. Okay, sorry.
I'm trying to think how often you've squealed like that.
Like maybe 4 times recorded ever. And that was one of them.
Didn't you do it once during a Death Battle reaction? Like, I think it was Deadpool versus Deathstroke, actually.
It might have been, maybe. I'm not sure. But I don't do it often. And it's either when something really, really cool happens or something ungodly adorable. Anyway, we kind of need to bring onto this, kind of solemn moment because the episode ends with Penny's body in a giant crater.
And people have pointed out she's in the same pose as Yamcha.
God damn it, she is. I didn't notice that.
You know, there being an explosion in a crater, like, damn.
Yeah.
Although the difference is...
I mean, yeah, well, obviously Penny is not dead.
Yeah.
So, that's a thing.
And she didn't go out like a chump.
Bruh.
You can't deny he kind of did.
Dude. Yamcha fought those Cybermen because literally everyone else... He made the most sense at the time. You couldn't have Krillin or Chaozu or anybody do it. They already got brought back with the Dragon Balls, and at that point, you couldn't get brought back more than once.
Okay, true.
I'm sorry, that's besides the point, but put some respect, man. He fought to save the world. Just because it didn't go well doesn't mean the effort wasn't there. Show some respect. God dang. Anyway, Penny Green... Yeah, that's right. Penny Green's blood. That's what I was gonna say. She bleeds green, and maybe it's oil. Either way, it's bright green.
It's some kind of green fluid.
Either way, it's basically her blood.
Yeah.
And, well, that's pretty much all we're getting until February, unfortunately.
However...
Except not really. Yeah.
You know what? Us taking a break for the holidays was also a blessing in disguise because we get to talk about the sneak peek of the next episode.
A sneak peek? It's okay. It works because of the things that happen, and it's not just me making a Weiss pun for the sake of it.
Whoever said it was even a pun about Weiss?
Look, I have a problem, okay?
We all know.
I don't know how I feel about you being so casual about it.
Dude, I've got the same one with Blake.
I know, but still. Anyway, point is, you talk about the scene. You have full permission. I've been talking enough.
Okay, so basically the scene is they have Penny inside while Ruby is contemplating how did things go so wrong. Well, almost everyone seems to have Penny's quote-unquote blood on them.
Actually, sorry, I know I just said I would stop talking so much, but there is one thing I wanted to point out because a friend of mine also pointed this out, and I wanted to say it. It's Ruby, Weiss, and Whitley who have the green stuff on them.
Yeah, Klein and Blake don't.
Yeah, but I mean that means Whitley helped carry Penny. Which I just think is really cool.
Yeah. And
that's all.
I'm also kind of headcanoning it. Blake got the doors for everybody.
Or she's lazy.
Hey, when you're carrying something like that, someone getting the door for you is a big help.
Fair. Anyway, continue.
Anyway. Also, if you look closely, Ruby has tears in her eyes as she's going through all the stuff that's been going wrong. But almost above there.
It happens to the best of us.
But Klein's all, hey girl, calm yourself. Like, stop thinking about how you can fix everything at once. Just focus on fixing what's in front of you. Which, you know, that's a good way of going about it.
Yeah.
Like, good on you, Klein.
And she's all like, but what would that even be?
Well, you could start by getting the power back on so I can work better. And then who shows up?
Hang on. But then they're like, well, how are we supposed to even do that? And then, go ahead.
And who shows up but Willow?
That's right. The Mama Schnee.
Saying that they have a generator on the other side of the estate.
That's pretty much all the preview we got.
Yep,
but
that's
it is nice to see the Willow. I mean, obviously Willow was going to show up at some point, but you know, still good to see her.
I kind of wish she didn't have a bottle in her hand at the time.
Oh yeah, no, that's an entirely different problem. She needs to have a talk with Crow.
Yeah.
It's like, girl, I get it, but hold on.
Like, okay, just survive until the end of the story, and then maybe like have a meeting with the rest of the RWBY parents.
Like, Lord knows they've got a lot of issues to go through.
Just have a nice lunch together.
Except Blake's parents, because they're perfect.
I will headcanon it that Blake's parents will host the event. Or maybe Ty, who knows. But then again, why not at Schnee Manor?
Look,
I'm thinking about that idea too much.
You've weaved a wonderful fan fiction, my friend, but we must continue forward.
Yeah. So,
Willow's playing a role, and here's hoping that she also is able to, get better.
And we have seen from the DC Comics that she can fight.
Oh yeah, she can.
Yeah, her and Weiss got into a summoning battle.
That's true.
So, yeah, that was
and
a
then
thing.
but then Weiss became Noah. Or wait, yeah, because she had an arc.
Literally.
The DC Comics were weird, guys.
Yeah, and I'm still waiting for things in them to get referenced or even show up in the show.
Somehow I almost feel like they definitely will not. Not that they did anything that's, explicitly bad or shouldn't be. I just don't see it happening.
I mean, Blake and Yang have just like a tiny thing each that would do it.
Yeah, I know, but until we see it, I'm going to assume not.
Fair enough. And actually, speaking of those two, I have a little thought, and there's a lot of people in the fan base seem to.
Go ahead, I'm gonna take a nap.
So we had that tease from Erin that she had to record a lot of screaming and get emotional and stuff. Yang, Ren, and Jean are now going into the giant Grim whale. And if they're not out in time, it's going to get nuked, and they're as good as dead. What if the rest of the cast find out about this plan, and they just witness the whale explode, not knowing that the group got out in time?
I mean, that would do it.
Yeah.
Man, I don't even want to... And now I'm left wondering... Huh. Remember what happened when RWBY saw Pura die?
Oh, yeah, like... If that happens, Ruby and Blake in particular are the ones I'm worried about.
Like, straight up, what if RWBY legitimately thought Yang, Jean, and Ren just died? And Oscar, all four of them.
Yeah, actually, Jesus.
I'm just saying. Maybe it'll be nothing, but I'm just saying. The potential. Point is, one of the writers said that the first half of the season was the tame half.
Oh yeah, thanks for that, Eddie.
Yeah, so that was nice of him.
That's not concerning in the slightest.
Except that it is. That's the joke. Oh boy.
Yeah. And now we have to wait until February to find out. And I will just say, this volume wasn't written with a break like this in mind.
Yeah.
Like,
no, it just... Things happen.
Yeah, and it was just to give everybody a break. Especially after the year we've all had. Yeah. And
I get you.
it's kind of funny it works out like this, because the first RWBY episode we get in 2021 will be episode 100.
That... I don't know if they planned that or not, but it was pretty freaking awesome.
I don't think so.
I doubt it.
Like,
but man, it's sure funny how that worked out.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think they went into this volume being like, okay, chapter 100 is going to be in this. We gotta do something big for that chapter specifically.
I mean, it's not impossible. I kind of don't see that, maybe, but it's not impossible.
Yeah, who knows? Yeah, so I guess our main speculation is Ruby, Weiss, and Blake are going to think that Jean, Ren, Yang, and Oscar died because the whale's going to blow up.
Because I don't know, man. It's just considering the fact that we've got like 18 minutes tops for an episode. What are the odds of them being able to even figure out that that's going to be a thing that happens in that episode?
Well, no, not in that episode, I mean. I'm just saying for the rest of the volume.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah. I mean, the best way I can think of they find out is Weiss gets in contact with Winter.
I mean, I feel like that's the strongest possibility, because, I mean, the only way that they would know is if someone from the Aesops told them. And we already know that Winter isn't feeling so great about it. And, I mean, Lord knows I still would rather not see her and Weiss get in a fight.
Yeah. Well, who knows? Maybe Schnee Manor's gonna get attacked in some way, and from the air, Winter sees that, and is like, nah, my mother and brother are still there. I gotta do something to protect them. So
that would be nice.
So she jumps out, does a superhero landing, kicks some serious ass, fights alongside Weiss. It's really freaking cool. And then Weiss is still, hey, have you heard from Yang or everybody? And Winter's like, oh yeah,
we arrested them.
And then sent them on a suicide mission inside the whale, and if they're not out in time, they're gonna die.
I feel like she'll probably put it more tactfully than that.
Obviously.
It's like, yeah, your friend's gonna die. Like, no, I don't think she'd do that.
Winter's not that messed up, okay?
No, I don't. I like to think she's not. But, yeah, I guess that's really all there is to it. We just kind of gotta wait for the next episode now.
I will say, though, I have seen fan art of, like, the idea of, like, Blake's screaming being because the whale exploding. And it's like a shot of just, like, you see embers, there are tears, like, streaming down her face as Marrow's holding her back. I'm just like, ow, my heart.
Yeah, then I sent the far-fetched gif at you.
because you're like, stop worrying about that.
Exactly. And I will continue to bonk you with this comically gigantic leak until you stop worrying.
Yeah. Okay, I'm not worried in the sense that, I think Yang's gonna die or anything.
Well, obviously not.
No. And honestly...
You just don't want to see your favorite girl sad. I get it.
Yeah, but another idea came to my mind. I'm not sure if I want to say it in a recording, but let's just say it could lead to something that would make me happy.
Yeah, I think the audience can can figure that one out. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed our crazy little rambling discussion as we always have.
Yeah, and I also kind of want to shout out to Death Battle for putting me in a very good mood before we recorded. So, yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that.
He's getting something he's always wanted.
I mean, maybe.
Look, it may not be the odds of it being the specific thing that you want, decently good. The odds of it, at the very least, being a representative of a series that you've wanted on the show forever, 100%.
Well, yeah.
So that's good. So come on now, be a happy lad. Go be merry and do other British things. Find a trolley. I don't freaking know, something. Stand in line.
You know, you say
I already used that joke, but do it anyway.
You say that. I don't work in a supermarket anymore.
Well, dang.
However,
I thought trolleys were the scoot and booters, the things that like trains.
Oh no, trolleys are shopping carts.
Well, dang, I was off by a bit.
Yeah, no, we don't even have those kind of trolleys here.
God damn it!
Like, we have regular trains, and we've got
basically what you're telling me. So what you're telling me is England isn't anywhere close to. I don't even know if you live in England. Whatever. The UK isn't as magical as media makes it sound.
No, I do live in England.
Okay, well then there we go.
Yeah,
I didn't want to assume.
And as for being as magical as media makes it sound, as someone who lives here, I can say it's not.
God damn it! Why must the media lie to me in all turns?
Because Americans blow things out of proportion just for the hell of it when exploring another country.
You aren't wrong.
Just because stereotypes, gotta throw that in there somewhere.
Fair enough.
And to be fair, some of them aren't inherently wrong.
Well, no, I mean, everything comes from something.
Yeah, so.
Anyway, I don't think people are here for a cultural exchange.
Though, I will just throw out there, while I don't work in a supermarket anymore, starting in the new year, I will have a new job.
Which is fantastic. Everybody give the claps and say that good job, Mr. Man. You did a good.
Yeah. To be honest, I'll essentially be working in a supermarket again, just without customers.
So basically, the best solution.
Pretty much.
So there you go. And with that, I hope you all enjoyed yourselves, and we'll see you all whenever the flying hell the next episode happens.
Yeah, thank you for watching all these discussions, or just anything that either of us do, whether it be my Death Battle reactions, Max's Death Battle reactions, Max's Let's Plays, the random
esoteric stuff that you sometimes do.
Yeah.
You're a bit of a hodgepodge.
Yeah, pretty much. But hope you had a great Christmas or whatever holiday you celebrate.
Yeah.
That you got some cool ass stuff.
Have yourself a Ramadan.
Hope you have a happy new year. And let's hope that 2021 is significantly better than 2020 was.
And that your Kwanzaa was crazy. Bye-bye.
Bye.